game activation is live. We're set.
Okay, Cookie, we think we have the scorpion problem under control.
Finally! I can put my shoes back on. Oh my god!
Well, that's the thing. There was gluten in all of the donuts I brought in this morning. So if she's so...
Hi, I'm Cookie, and if one more person adjusts the thermostat in here without my permission, I will destroy everything they have ever loved. Got that? Oh god, you're by yourself? Please don't tell anyone I was here. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by...
Is it a dog? Just answer yes or no to the various photos based on whether or not you think it's a dog or not. Then you'll win the game. How fun is that? Very.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, we're taking off.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Right off the top, high fructose fun syrup. Which of these food products does not contain corn syrup? Kellogg's Corn Pop Cereal, Brock's Candy Corn, State Fair Classic Corn... Are you kidding? It's littered with corn syrup. What do you think candy is made of?
We are on.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cookie, and if one more person adjusts the thermostat in here without my permission, I will destroy everything they have ever loved. Got that? Couldn't find a partner? Gee, it's kind of like a metaphor. Do you know what that means? And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Is it a dog? Just answer yes or no to the various photos based on whether or not you think it's a dog or not. Then you'll win the game. How fun is that? Very.
Try to choose the wrong answer brought to you by our sponsor to get prizes and cash. Hang on tight, we're in for a ride.
Get ready, time for question 1.
First question, high fructose fun syrup. Which of these food products does not contain corn syrup? Kellogg's Corn Pops... Oh look, you're surprised at the bottom of the box is a tiny dunce cap. It was begging to be picked. The sweetness in Kellogg's Corn Pops comes merely from sugar and the love they put in. I like foods with as much corn as possible. That's why I'm pleased to announce my very own new product, Cookie Masterson's genetically modified corn-covered corn nubbins. Oh, I'm eating one now. Oh, the creamed corn and corn nuts go so well together. Get some today.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Try this on for size. Fly me to the Clune. And this or that is hurtling through the cosmos. I'm going to read off 7 titles, and for each one you tell me if it's a scientific publication by Galileo Galilei or a George Clooney movie. If it's Galileo, press the square button. If it's Clooney, press the circle button. Cool, let's do it. Solaris. Gravity. The star. The ascent. From dusk. Discourse. Confession. On the Clooney scale, this would have been a Leatherheads. You know, sometimes when I look up in the night sky into the deep expanse of space, I can't help but wonder, why wasn't Monuments Men a better movie? Just one of the mysteries of the universe, I suppose.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
How about, you know what they say about the size of a man's fret? Considering the respective sizes of their instruments, which of these male musicians is the least likely to be accused of compensating for something? A clarinet player, a piccolo player, and... Oh no, they're definitely compensating for something. Big time. Next time, try this. The piccolo is actually a half-sized flute and the smallest of these instruments. So the piccolo player seems the least likely to be compensating for the size of their, other instrument. And as long as I've already gone through the trouble of setting up this premise, I would just like you to know, I play a kazoo. This one's called Alt-Shift Medicine. I've been getting into Eastern medicine lately because I hate taking lots of pills, but this is kind of weird. My specialist gave me a fortune cookie.
Cookie, fortune sweat. Cookie, fortune necessary.
Not that I'm complaining. I love cookies. Let's see what my fortune says. Prescription. 1 cookie AC. Now, weird. It's a prescription. I'm not great with medical abbreviations, though. When was I supposed to eat my cookie? First thing in the morning, before a meal, after a meal, or at bedtime? Here's what you meant to pick. AC is a common medical abbreviation used on prescriptions and means before meal. Uh-oh, I already ate dinner today. That means I took this fortune cookie at the wrong time. I just hope there's no side effect. Nothing so far. Guess it didn't make a difference after all. Do you smell burning plastic?
5 fingers!
May I introduce Till the Closing Credits Do Us Part. If it followed the processional order of a traditional Christian wedding, what movie would probably have come out immediately after Bridesmaids, assuming the maid of honor is a bridesmaid? A raunchy comedy called Groomsmen? A gross-out comedy called Ring Bearer? A racy comedy called Father? Don't soil the memory of that wholesome movie by calling it racy. Smart people choose this. In a traditional Christian wedding, the bridesmaids come out, including the maid of honor, last. Then the ring bearer immediately follows, then the flower girl, then the bride. The best part of the ring bearer movie is when the ring bearer comes down the aisle.
We are good to go.
Cookie, that first breathalyzer was inconclusive. You're gonna have to take another one.
Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna need a jug of beet juice, some WD-40, and a bag of peat moss. Stat.
If we could clear all of the children from the set, we're about ready to start. Clear all the children.
Not all the people in this office have watched it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have not all watched it.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. It's just the two of us. Please don't kill me. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
The San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. All right, let's get this party started.
Get ready, time for question. 1.
Okay, to get things started, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%? 40%? Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it's all.
Say hello to. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages? The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me.
Here's a good one. Brought to you by the letter unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count... The Count would be so disappointed. Now pay attention. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. And on its way, Duck Duck Swan? Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, von Rothbach. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. And now, the man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. We good? Here we go. Peed in a... broke his leg... arrested... and got hot... went to a... Forget George, I'm curious how someone could do this badly. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That brings a close to round 1, and you're sitting pretty for someone so ugly. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. And remember, the wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting for you. Let's get back to the action. It's time for Dumber and Dumberer 2. So, there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, one right answer coming up. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. No, but speaking of otter, get it? You just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. This wrong answer of the game nets you a handsome $8,000. Yeah, you're welcome.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try? Let it go, let it go, let it go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, you may not know how temperatures work. Want to see the answer? 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he could magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the
This one's known as Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Let's try wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Riesling? This isn't going to go with dinner at all. Where's that confounded right answer? Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Here we have, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Welcome to the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the... I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. That's the game! The truth is, home is wherever you hang your hat. My hat is currently hanging in my old college roommate's guest cottage. Shh! He doesn't know I'm living there.
You know